Welcome to the platform Navigator. My name is Felix Wortmann. I'm a professor at the Institute of Technology Management here at the University of St. Gallen. Also, I'm the scientific director of the Bosch IoT Lab, a collaboration between Bosch, ETH Zurich and the University of St. Gallen. In this video, I want to give a short introduction to the platform Navigator. Let's directly dive into it. So why shall we care about platforms? Well, if we look at the slide here from 2008 and 2018, we see that within 10 years, a dramatic shift has happened. On the left side, we see the most valuable companies of 2008. On the right side, we see the most valuable companies of 2018. And you can see that in 2008, petrol companies and industry giants were the leading companies of the world. Only Microsoft was successful with its platform business. And basically the platform business was Windows, Microsoft Windows, an operating system which serves as a basis for other companies to build applications on top. But this has dramatically shifted. If we look 10 years later, the platform economy was already visible. We have Apple and Google on top of the most valuable companies with their large platform ecosystems, iOS, Android. But we also see Microsoft. And Microsoft not only with its Windows business, but also with its cloud business, Microsoft Azure. We also see Amazon with its marketplace, but also with its cloud business AWS. And for sure, it's Facebook, so social platform. And we also see the Chinese hyperscalers and platform giants, Tencent and Alibaba. So a huge shift from 2008 to 2018. And now if you look at this shift, you could say, well, we are only talking about digital platforms and digital companies. But the phenomenon of platform is not limited to digital companies. It's also about all industries and industry incumbents as well. So we see we've shifted into a platform economy. But so where's the point, right? So it seems to be that platform companies are really successful. Well, if you look closer, you see, yes, there are successful platform companies, but most platform initiatives really fail. We see 80% of platform business initiatives fail. And we see specifically established players having a hard time being successful with their digital initiatives. Here on the right side, you see GE Digital. GE, a very established, very successful company, has severely failed with its digital platform initiative, GE Predix. And so this is really the basis why we came up with the platform Navigator. Platform, really essential, really important as of today. However, it's really hard to design and implement platforms. That's why we designed the Navigator. And the Navigator is about two things. First of all, it's really about what? It's about designing fruitful and successful platform business models. But it's also about platform business model innovation. So it's about how. How do you make a platform business model successful? And the platform Navigator is built around 5 phases. So the first phase is ideate. We see a lot of companies struggling with platforms because they directly jump in. They don't have a feeling and they don't get inspired by existing platforms which are successful as of today. So they really start off by not knowing what's around them, what has worked, what are the successful mechanics which can also inspire us going forward. And so with the Navigator, we provide you with 21 platform categories and 2 examples each to get you inspired, that you have a good feeling that you know what's working out there. The second phase of the Navigator is all about design. There are different kind of platforms. There are transaction platforms or marketplaces where buyers meet sellers. And these transaction platforms have certain success factors and success strategies and core decisions you have to take. And we show and highlight very important characteristics of these platforms and success strategies, how to make marketplaces successful. On the other hand, there are not only marketplaces like Amazon, but there are also innovation platforms. Innovation platforms like Microsoft Windows, but also like Microsoft Xbox or Sony PlayStation, where you have a game console and game studios, developer studios who build games on top. You can't be successful without game developers if you provide a game console. So, innovation platforms are different from marketplaces, and they have their own characteristics, their own success strategies, and we also look at these success strategies within the design phase. Defining value propositions and value creation in the design phase is important, but ultimately it's about monetization. A lot of companies, platform companies, wait with monetization. Platforms are all about network effects, more users, more value. So it really takes some time until you have these network effects kicking in. But then companies start to monetize. And the question is, how do you monetize? Do you go for direct monetization, so you directly charge your customers? That might scare them away. Or do you go for indirect monetization? Advertisement, for example. So there are norm strategies for transaction as well as for innovation platforms. And we highlight these norm strategies within the monetization phase. Now we shift over to how. With monetization, we have defined the revenue model. And now it's all about making it happen, bringing the platform business model to life. So the fourth phase is about scale. I already talked about network effects. Platforms depend on network effects. More users, more value. If you think about the Amazon marketplace, without sellers, there are no buyers. And without buyers, there are no sellers. So it's this chicken and egg problem which you really have to solve going into the platform game. And there are established platforms. Others have done it before. Others have had success before. And we distilled the core success strategies to build up network effects. And this is what is the basis of phase 4. In phase 5, it's about manage. It's important to think ahead. If you are successful, what will happen to you? Can you already address it today? And there are severe challenges also for established platforms. Trust is a major issue. Think about Facebook or think about PayPal. There are scams and fraud, and you have to protect your customers and your platform. But also think about Amazon. You have thousands of sellers, and complexity might increase. And so buyers might get scared away because it's so complex. You just find hundreds of products with the same name, and complexity becomes an issue. So fraud, trust, complexity, issues with regulators. This is what you have to address in the manage phase as you become successful. I talked about these fundamental patterns, these fundamental characteristics of platforms and success strategies which you can apply. How do we derive these patterns which you provide you with the Navigator? Well, basically, we looked at over 150 cases and we looked at the most important literature and really identified 88 patterns across the 5 phases. And we also provide you with a canvas so that you can develop your platform business model, your platform business model innovation strategy, and really get things into one big picture. So summing up, platform companies dominate as of today. But it's not easy. A lot of platform initiatives fail. And that's why we designed the Platform Navigator. I hope you find the Platform Navigator helpful and you enjoy applying the Navigator. I wish you all the best with the Navigator and your platform endeavors.